Welcome, my beautiful hearts. I was called to come and record this because it is, to me, from everything what I say, this is just the crucial thing. And I believe most people don't even know it exists. What is? It is that tiny little moment that we don't pay attention to it, but is directing your day, is directing your week, is directing your month, is directing your year. And because of doing this over and over without noticing that thing, we're creating life that we don't want to, because we're thinking we're doing something, but really there's a totally different energy that creates things that we really love. And what really is, think of something like that. I'm just thinking how to find the best explanation. Think of that something is not happening. You know, for example, you're getting up in the morning and things just out of your control, or maybe someone just rejects you. Maybe you have such a huge bill to pay. Anything that is happening that it does not make you feel good. Maybe to simplify it this way. And what happened in that tiny little moment between what is and you seeing that and reacting, there is a moment where your whole body, every cell in your body wants to follow, wants to go with it. Every cell in your body wants to speak to the story that your mind is suggesting you. It wants to, engage. It wants to have opinion. It wants to, just be like the mind. The mind will like to react. That's maybe the best way to say. It wants you to react, wants you to be engaged. The moment you engage, this is the moment when you're doing that directing to the wrong side, to the wrong, how to say? Yeah, I just say to the wrong direction of your life. Okay, and that's what I want to say. And what I'm just about to say, most people would naturally disagree with that. Most of us would disagree with that, because they might say, okay, then what I'm going to do? Things don't go right, and I have to have my opinion. I have to do things. And trust me, I'm not telling you not to do anything, but the energy that you want to get engaged with is the energy that only keeps you in a loop. It gives you sense that you feel you're productive because you respond to your opinion, you're doing all those things. But this is the energy of lack. This is very frequentially, very poor vibration. But when we're reacting, it gives us the sense of aliveness, and that's why it feels so powerful and feels so potent. Okay, I have my opinion, I do something, I just say something that gives you that kind of satisfaction. But what I'm trying to say to you, that tiny little moment when your body, every cell wants to jump and be there, this is the moment that you actually say, I'm not following to that. You just stepping into the seat, to the seat of the awareness, where is a totally different energy. And we're going to do a little practice for you to have a little sense of it. It's almost like, you're relocating your attention from inside, slightly different position, not from the front, but a little bit from the back. I usually call this back of the spine or back of the heart. And what it does, this is the place, and why is so important, why I want you to do that, because what you're doing when you actually recognize the moment when you want to jump into and react and say, just take a deep breath and say, I don't follow, and step into the seat, because the seat is the moment where you become a fully present. You are present, you are whole, you're not lacking anything. Your energy charge is absolutely totality, is whole. You experiencing spaciousness, you experiencing fullness, you experiencing, I call this beingness, that the true self, that beingness, that potentiality, that probability. That's where you are. When you practice that sit enough, because you do once, you do second time, you recognize the situation, you're practicing that sit, and you start noticing a little shift. I'll tell you more. The moment you choose, just to choose not to react, is already a great job. It is absolutely great work of your own awareness, showing you, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm sitting in peace. And as I said at the beginning, most of you will say, this is ridiculous, Kate. How you want me to sit in a seat if this, if this is happening to me, I have to do something, I have to react. Listen, it is different. You actually sit. You recalibrated your nervous system virtually in a few seconds. You experiencing, this is the space where you're expanding your energetic charge. You are becoming stabilized. You become present. Your nervous system won't be like jumping and wanting to do more. You actually sitting here. And when you sit, and you know that because this is very profound experience, when you stay there for a little longer, or you practice a bit more, in the moment when you're sitting, your reality is rearranging itself. What does it mean? Do I talk about magic? In a way, yes, I do. Because in that space, when you switch off from that chaos, from urgency, you coming into the space, you allowing the energy to move through you. You allowing that the best for you move through you without the mind trying to prove, trying to earn, trying to control you, from the calmness. That's the total. This is the total different energy. And when you start taking action, whatever is going on in your real life, from that fullness, from that energy, from that peace, from that no need to react, things are shifting for you. All of a sudden, you might have different information coming to your mind, like to your ideas. Maybe someone just come and tell you something. It works really magically. But without stabilizing the nervous system, we unfortunately, and most of us, I just keep looping. And that's why I felt I need to do that, to keep repeating that, because this is the gold. This is the gold that we're all carrying in our heart, that seat of the presence within yourself, the seat of awareness within you, that you don't have to do any courses to be able to practice this. It is within you. And let's go and do it. This is just a tiny little practice. And again, as I said, majority people will say, this is like ridiculous. How do you want me to change my life? Yes, this is the other nervous system. But here we're talking about something different. And the quality of just dropping in, training your awareness, you knowing that you're seeing the situation, you're stepping back into the spine, is expanding your sovereignty, is expanding your nervous system to become, and based on how your nervous system come, That's why where your reality shifts. That's why you start attracting different things rather than looping and bringing the same and actually feeling you're doing something different, which is not. Okay, lovely ones. Let's do that little practice. Find a comfortable seat. Close your eyes. Beautiful. Take one deep breath. And bring situation where you may be experiencing right now in your life, or maybe you're dealing with something. And observe what is present. The mind talking, almost like the body is like sort of pushed to react and do something. I want you to be observed that, because this is the essence. Feel that energy of the urgency. Feel that energy of proving. Feel that energy of control. This is such an important thing. Spend a little bit longer here. And when you practice a bit more, it would be very almost like an instant for you to do it. But today I say how to do it more with a little bit of a structure. I want you to imagine you're moving your attention from the back of your face. You're almost like pulling, and you're putting behind your spine or behind your heart. And this is the seat. This is seat of sovereignty. This is seat of awareness. And some of you might notice instant like a quietness. I often see lots of light, spaciousness. And the next, what is happening with me, you might experience similar, is almost if I was like nervous before, that shift, it stabilizes my heart as well. And I might actually share something with you here. If you watch the movie Stranger Things, when this girl, I think her name was 8, they were trying to communicate with her to her subconscious. This is a similar experience. It's like to me, it's like an empty space. I don't see angles. But it's very quiet. And I think she was more in a subconscious. We're talking about superconscious. Is beyond, is in the field. And you might notice instantly your body soften as well, your shoulders, your jaw. And you might notice the relaxation, the softness. You become to noticing that there is no reason to hold anything. And those things, they already a gentle recalibration of your nervous system. I want you to embody that peacefulness. Just feel that. And what you can do now, when you're already calmer, when your already nervous system is stabilizing, you can put your hand on your heart and ask, what would be that little action that I can take with this energy? Whatever issue you're experiencing in your life. And what I want to say It is not about fixing the problem. It is about us using the energy you are, as an expansion of whatever you want to have in your life. Okay, that's a big difference. And this is those two energies are so opposite. Another question what you can ask. What wants to move through me now as a truth into that matter? There's another question coming to me. I feel that. What is that thing that I'm not aware of yet that wants to move through me? And I want to say something. The questions are open questions. You can already feel it. You know, they're not like locking or what can I do to fix that? You know, it can be just that limitation. And this is just the open. What is that truth that I'm not aware yet of wants to move through me? Okay. You can open your eyes. This would be for today, my loves, and see you next time. And share with me if this actually work resonates with you. If you like this type of videos, comment, or if you practice it, let me know how did you go. And if you want a deeper work, you can DM me anytime. We can go deeper. The way I work with my clients is not about creating your identity as a total different. You know, your true self knows exactly who you are. You only just dissolving those things, they're not you anymore. And is with beautiful, without forcing, without pressure, just purely working with awareness. Lots of love and see you next time. Bye for now.